Good morning. It is December the 30th, I'm pretty sure. We're out biking, me and Charlie, on the river, yeah. Put up where we're going. Here. And you're about to see what we're doing wrong. Whether it's great or whether it's shite. Right then, just walking down to the spot. This on Apple Maps is called the Riviere Valley Walk. We didn't walk too far up the Riviere, to be fair. Here we go, just walking up. It's not too muddy, to be fair. I thought it would have been worse. I think I didn't, because I did not put welly boots on. Right then, here we are. On the left there is the bridge. We'll be fishing there in a second. But this was the first peg, and there was people fishing under the bridge. So we thought, let's set up here. Why not? Setting up a float rod here just to get started off, see if we can't catch anything. This was such a last minute session. I didn't have any maggots or anything. I had some old dinner rolls. There's anything on the top, and some sweet corn, basically, but still half frozen, so. Here we go then, second cast out. First cast got tangled and I had to re-tie, but it is out. Just setting the depths and whatever, adding more split shot if I think it needs it. But I think these are only probably size 12 hooks, 10 or 12 hooks. A couple of people walking up there. And here we are under the bridge. Misses the first bite. Pretty sure it was just either snagged from the bottom because it's so long. I did change that later on because it was just too long, and the fish were taking or pecking at it mid-water. In hindsight, probably had too big of a hook on.
I like this. I'll let you use the lures anyway.
That's where we went wrong.
I'm going to catch some bait fish.
Charlie's just jigging around with a little
That's your lure, you mount.
crayfish, like jig bait, fox rage or something like that.
Ready, look, you can see him taking it.
Crayfish bait, crayfish imitation bait, basically. There you go, little bite.
Doesn't look that small.
Come on. Or maybe not. Maybe it just zoomed in for nothing. Nice, how hopeful. But what I'm doing here is just dragging it up and putting it closer in, because I can see.
I need the sweet corn to sink faster.
And here we go, just changing the depth
some split shot.
And putting some more split shot on, because the undertow was quite heavy. So I thought a bit more split shot. Oh my god, I cannot talk. A bit more split shot. So 10 times faster. The bait will hold and the float will float down a bit quicker. Slow reefing. Oh my god, what is going on? But yeah, here you go, bit of a time lapse. Hopefully we can get one. But this was the last fishing trip of 2025 that I went on. To be fair, it's nice to get out. I haven't been out in a while. Yeah. See what's going on. I'm kind of just walking down with the current with the float now, as far as I can. But yeah, here just in front you can see on camera, and you can see a lot better obviously in person, but you can see these little, I think they're roach, tiny little silverfish, and they will just peck at the bait 24/7, but they're not quite big enough for a little piece of sweet corn. So we did end up like chopping 1.5, and even then they wouldn't take it. Too clever. again, what I've done there is just shorten the length of the hook link. So the piece of sweet corn basically is suspended under the weight of the float. I think I did take a piece of split shot off because it was sinking the float a bit too much. It was very nice to get out. I do like it in the winter, especially this kind of fishing. Sometimes the carping and the piking, especially on the Riviera, can be quite slow. So a little bit of roach fishing, or silverfish fishing. What I'm doing here is soon we're going to walk up after we've had a bit of lunch and whatever. But I think I left a bit of sweet corn just kind of everywhere. Just see if they'd eat it, you know. Something's got to eat it, I mean, whether it's the ducks or the fish. It did, yeah, feed the ducks the dinner rolls. I'm sure they loved it. It got quite cold, to be fair. Whacking some gloves on, got all the waterproofs on because it did such a shower when we was setting up. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just shortening the whole hook link. So I tied on a ready-made one on a reel basically, and I'm just shortening that and tying a new loop on it and sending that back out because I couldn't get the float stops over the knot of the hook link, basically where the hook link and the main line meets. But what we're doing here, sorting out some bait, I think. I'm moving all the stuff, but if you can see what's opposite, it's so weird. Like to the left is some very nice houses, to the right some beautiful fields and stuff like that, and under this bridge it looks like a crackdown. Up the river, the fish tiny, and they just not big enough to put on a hook yet. So we've moved up. Charlie's up even further on the little jigging rod that I give him. I'm doing a little bit of float fishing for some silvers for bait fish for next year. But yeah, let's bait it all to a port. I think people fishing down there, piking, dead baiting and whatever, but they haven't caught much either. So, we'll see how this goes. Peace out.